Hi everyone, just quickly before this video starts, I currently have a plan for a series on my YouTube channel which would involve different people from different colleges in Durham, and it should be quite fun. It's not like a college Olympics or anything crazy, but I'm looking for people from different colleges in Durham, so you don't have to live in, you can live out as long as you have access to the college building itself. If you're interested in getting involved in any of the videos, and I need every college except for Mary's, John's, Van Milder and Jobo, so if you're in any of the other colleges, please get in touch and I'd be very grateful. Thanks. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video is short, random and rushed, but I'm going back to uni. Literally, my mum's out, could be back any minute, and that's when I'm hopping in the car getting on the train. It's very rushed, but I wanted to do like a favourite books of 2021, but all my books are here, so I need to do that before I get back to uni. I've struggled with knowing what I've read in 2021 because my memory is just... it was horrific, and then I got COVID, and then it was... now my memory is horrific, really bad. So these may not have been read in 2021, but I think they were. The first book, I'll be honest, I have no idea if I read this in 2021. This is... I know the rest I did, but this one I'm a bit lost. But this is called The Holiday by Tm Logan, and it's really good. It's about these three families. It is three? Oh no, four families that go to a villa, and they've got this lovely holiday, but someone's done something sneaky, and it's kind of, yeah, it's a murder mystery. No, that could be a spoiler. No, it says on the front cover it's a killer, so that's not a story, that's not a spoiler. But yeah, it's three families, sorry, three families on this 7-day trip, and one of them's a killer, and if I remember rightly, it's got lots of twists and turns, but it's a perfect holiday read, and it's just like one of them books that are good. Easy read, but good read. I liked it. Good stuff. Now these two are by the same people, and these are non-fiction. So I read East West Street and The Rat Line by Philippe Sands, and if you've seen my book videos before, you may know that I am obsessed with... my favourite genre is definitely World War II, Holocaust, World War I, like that era. Non-fiction or fiction, I just love books that time. So... I dropped it. So these are non-fiction, and they're a little bit more... they're not like a biography. It's more kind of a little bit academic, not crazy academic, but it is a little bit more academic. Two stories. So this one is about let me just check which one is which. This one is about the life of a senior Nazi SS Brigadeführer Otto Freiherr von Wächter and his wife Charlotte. So it's basically, I think Philippe Sands must be a historian, surely. Okay, he's a professor of law at UCL, but this is basically like a historical account with loads of sources of the life of this Otto von Wächter. The Rat Line was basically the route that Nazis would use to escape after the war ended to get out of trouble. So it's basically this super bad guy's life story of trying to avoid trouble. But it's interesting because I think it's his grandson. Oh yeah, it's his son, his younger son. The author is in communications with his younger son, and they go traveling and things together. And the younger son still believes that despite his dad being so high up in the Nazis, he thinks his dad was a good guy and wasn't involved in like the harsher things, even though he was like a senior Nazi, Brigadeführer, however you pronounce that. So yeah, it's interesting. He was indicted for mass murder and fled the country. He was overseeing the final solution. So yeah, it's the story of his escape, and it's interesting that his son thinks he's a good guy, because his son's not like a Nazi as well, and isn't like, yeah, my dad did the best thing killing the Jews, but thinks his dad wasn't as involved as people say. And then this one is East West Street, which was the first one that the earliest one of these two. This is heavily based on the Nuremberg trial, and is all about the origins of genocide and the implementation of crimes against humanity. As I said, when I filmed this video, I had crazy COVID brain and could not for the life of me work out what that book was about, but I remembered that it was a good book. I just couldn't remember what it was, but I'll add it now. It was about the lives of these two Jewish lawyers who created the legal concept of crimes against humanity and genocide, which is how they were able to like prosecute what happened in World War II and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's what that book was about. The next one we have is the #1 Ladies Detective Agency by Alexander McCall Smith. It's an old series. It's a series of about 20 books, and I think I've read the first 4, and it's really good. It's about this woman called Ma Ramotswe who starts a detective agency they're in Botswana, and it's like the only women's detective agency, and it's not like murders and things, or in any of the books I've read it's not been like murders. It's been more like seeing who's cheated on who, what's this person doing after school, that kind of thing. But it's still interesting, and it's also following the life of the woman who's running the agency, and then also the receptionist that she has and her husband, and then they adopt children, and it's following the whole life. But it's really, I think it would be great if you were traveling, because it's based in Africa. I wish I was going to Africa, then I would read this on the plane. The final one I have is Lily's Promise, which is by Lily Ebert and her grandson, or maybe great-grandson, Dov Foreman. And this is a Holocaust survivor. That's who Lily Ebert is. It's called Lily's Promise. Reese does a lot of work for the Holocaust Educational Trust, so he knows Lily Ebert and got 2 free copies, so he gave a copy to me, and it's got a little thing from the Holocaust Trust in it. It's basically this woman's story of how her, and I'm sure she was in there with her sisters. It's the story of Lily and her sisters, their true story in Auschwitz, and then it also continues after Auschwitz, how survivors would communicate after and how they kept each other going and problems they had afterwards, as well as the Holocaust, but like a follow-up, how their life was afterwards. And it's a really interesting book. It's a memoir. I'd say this is a memoir, and I'd highly recommend it. And I think that's it for the books I've got to show you today. So those were my favourite books of 2021. I hope you enjoyed this video, and sorry if I've not been that great at explaining them, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I was in a big reading slump for a lot of 2021. I normally read loads, but for a lot of it I just couldn't focus on any books, so I didn't read that much. But hopefully this year I'll read quite a bit more. So if you enjoy reading videos, let me know, and I'll do another one soon, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.